comrades and members of the media. We've got a bit longer statement because we're dealing with the background of where we come from. We've cautioned South Africa before that since Jacob Zuma took over leadership of South African state, we have seen introduction of dictatorship and extremely intolerant forms of leadership. Because of his inability to persuade and politically convince those that disagree with him, he has resorted to usage of force in his leadership style. It began during the election campaign when he began to question the principle of innocence until proven guilty. Like all dictators, Jacob Zuma is only concentrating on his village in Kandla for the development and even declared it a military zone in order to prevent media from reporting about it. We have warned of dictatorship and it is becoming real and more real day by day. In KwaZulu-Natal, any leader of the ANC who questions the leadership of Jacob Zuma and his policy stance disappears in KwaZulu-Natal. Members of the ANC and whole of society should appreciate that under Zuma, our country will plug into a deeper crisis. The massacre in Marikana is by the South African security apparatus. The soldiers are unhappy about Jacob Zuma's leadership of this country, but he will deploy them alongside police to intimidate and kill more people. The whole world must watch the space because we'll again remind you that we warned you about Jacob Zuma's administration. We are ready to join all protest actions and strike that are aimed at improving the living conditions of our people and will not be scared to join in the protest. South Africa belongs to all of us and inspired by many generations before us who were fearless, and we are also fearless. We've got it on good authority that there is an instruction to carry an illegal assignment of getting rid of some of us. And we got it from different sources in the state security and in other government departments. And we have no reason to just raise this issue without ourselves having processed it and convinced ourselves that there is a serious plan to carry, an illegal activity sanctioned by the state. From where I'm sitting, I have nothing to hide. Police are looking for me. Police are going to arrest me. I went to Marikana, I found police there. They threatened to arrest me. In the next 10 minutes, I was there with them. I left after being told by comrades to leave. But there was no arrest. I'm not running away from police. If police needs me, they don't have to do a Hollywood type of an approach. They must give me a date and time. I will report there myself alone, undriven, driving myself to that police station. Why? Because I've got nothing to hide. There is nothing opportunistic. Now, if you're saying this issue of the mine, we're being opportunistic and we're raising it now, you are lying. Because we didn't start a nationalization of mines now. We went to the NGC of the ANC. We raised this issue when we were in the ANC. We nearly collapsed the NGC of the ANC when people wanted to steal the resolution of the ANC on nationalization. We stood up and said, you can't do that. The same Jeff Radebe. Jeff Radebe, everybody agreed in the NGC that nationalization is the way to go. Jeff, when he summarized, he said something else because of being conflicted. We stood up and said, you are not going to do that. You are stealing a resolution of the NGC. So we didn't start the struggles in the mines with Marikana. But people who forget easily, that is not our problem. The struggles against the mines have started long before until they were formalized in the conference of a youth league last year, June, in Galaga State. There was a formal decision there that We must intensify the struggle to get the mines nationalized. I went to address a rally in Skukuni, next to a mine in Marikana, even before, next to a mine in Mudikwa, even before Marikana. We spoke there that if the mining bosses are not going to take our people serious, our people are going to close these mines. When I came back from that rally, I was taken to task by the ANC. What do you mean you are going to close the mines? Long before Marikana. So what are you talking about when you say we actually opportunistically got into this issue because of Marikana? It's not true. The Hawks have been arresting me every weekend for the last 3 years. Every time I embark on a political program, I know the following Monday, Malema to be arrested. That's my life, you know.
Eyewitness News. In touch, in tune, and independent.